what do we do if we want to change the ball flight? We want to hit a draw, or we want to hit a fade. Well, the changes you would make would be the same changes you would make for every other club in your bag. Only you don't necessarily have to make such an exaggerated change like you would another club in your bag. Okay, because longer irons have less loft, they will curve a whole lot easier than your shorter clubs, say like with a pitching wedge, right? If you just ever so slightly close a pitching wedge down, what happens? More often than not, it just goes a little bit to the left. It stays pretty straight, but just goes a little bit to the left, right? But with a longer iron, that slight change can actually produce a pretty significant amount of curve. So, what I'm going to do here is, I'm going to keep my setup the exact same. And you notice all three of those shots went a little bit to the right. But I'm going to close the club face just a hair at address. And you're going to see how much more the golf ball will curve with just a slight closing of the club face at address. Again, ball position, alignment, posture. So ever so slight closed face, and we are getting more to the left, right? So from the second shot, which went 11 yards to the right of my target, this one is going 6 yards right of my target. So that's just an ever so slight close of the club face, gave me 5 more yards of curve. If I go a slightly bigger increase, of closed face at address, let's see what that gets us. All right, let's do that one more time. Did not execute that well enough. It's actually a pretty good shot. but I didn't close the clip face down enough. So we'll do this one more time. Have that face close at address, and we'll see how much more curve we can get. Now we're cooking. See that? Nice tight draw. We went from the previous shot, which was 9 yards to the right, which is pretty much where all those shots are congregating, to 4.5 yards to the left. So that's almost 15 yards of curve with a club face that's only a few degrees closed at address. That's how simple it is. So let's go ahead. Grab a couple of tees that have been flying around. And we're going to open the face up a little bit, right? Open the face up. And so, here we go. Open the face up at address. It's a beaut, right? Absolute beaut, right? Hit that really good. Hit a really nice shot there. And so you see, which is a slightly open, a couple degree open club face, which means we go from a face that's square to open, right? Open club face, closed club face, open club face, closed club face. So slightly open club face. We're able to hit a shot that went, what? 233 yards in the air. As we can see, no discrepancy in the spin rate, right? Between 35.19 on the first one, 35.19 on the first one, and 34.39 on the last one, which is pretty much right in line with where this club should be spinning at. So if we look at the data, no discrepancies there whatsoever. Everything's the exact same. The swing speeds are averaging out to 95.7 miles an hour on the average, with a discrepancy of 1 mile an hour of swing speed difference. Okay? The smash factors are averaging out to be 1.47, which is really, really good, which means I'm hitting all very solid. And the discrepancy there, I'm sorry, the deviation there, it's a discrepancy, I meant deviation. The deviation is 0.024. It's a pretty tight deviation, right? So there's not a whole lot of things that I'm messing around with here. All the shots are flying pretty accurate, pretty close to where they normally would fly. And I'm curving the golf ball on demand with just slight changes, like I said. Okay? So when you have a good setup, i.e. your ball position is consistent, your alignment is consistent, your posture is consistent, you're setting yourself up to succeed.